All right. So you got an older brother. He's how much older is he than you?
He's a year older. He's a year
Oh, you're
older.
older. Okay. And
And
how old are you
mhm,
guys? How old are y'all?
um, 45, 46.
45, 46. Okay. And you got a mother that's older than both of you. And so what's the issue with mom?
So she's very, very narcissistic, and
Oh.
she's even histrionic. And so my brother and
Oh.
I basically have,
So you got some
yeah,
drama to the narcissism.
yes, yes, yeah, both of us. And so, especially when we were younger, young adults, and then so my brother and I have spent basically a lifetime having nothing to do with each other because of my mom.
Oh.
And she tends to isolate and make him he's the bad guy. I'm the bad guy to everybody else. So we've just moved back home, and my husband and I and family, and my brother and I are actually speaking. We've had to kind of help out our parents with health issues
Now,
and things, and so we
Tammy,
started talking. Mhm.
let me ask you a question. Your brother and you are now speaking. Were you guys just
Right.
kind of going on your own paths and distant, or did you have issues with each other? Had you hurt each other and you were estranged?
Um, it was just, kid stuff when we were kids. But my
Mm-hmm.
mom would exacerbate that. She would exacerbate that with both of us. And so
Kind
when
of
I would come
pitting
home
you
to
against
visit,
each other.
right, yes, that's what she's done. And so as we're
Okay.
talking now, I'm seeing how hurt he's actually been by the things my mom has done. So I've been trying to kind of be there and help him get through some of the issues. And so the thing is with my mom, my brother OD'd recently, and a lot of this has
Oh.
to do with the hurt that he's suffered. Yes, that he suffered from my mom. And so in seeing her indifference and lack of empathy towards what happened. Yes,
Indifference to his
yes,
overdose?
yes. She thinks he's doing it for attention.
Oh
And
my
so,
gosh.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so I've been trying to be there for him and overcome. And as I'm doing that, we're seeing what's happened through the years, what she's done. Puzzle pieces are fitting together. And
Good.
so I've tried to sit down with her and talk to her about a lot of the hurt from the past and then the hurt that's currently going on. And it's the same behavior from the past that's resurfaced, or it's always been there, but since I've been away, I haven't had to deal with it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And so in trying to talk with her, she doesn't want to hear it. She's in complete.
Why do you have to deal with it daily?
Because my dad recently died, and I've had to basically just take over a lot of responsibilities over this past year that have been, it's been really challenging because we're in transition ourselves, and it's just been overwhelming.
Yeah,
and
is she an invalid? Is she disabled in some way?
There are a lot of circumstances. She was in the hospital when my dad was in the hospital for seizures, and she was in a really bad accident just a few weeks later, and she was recovering. I was trying to manage.
So there's
both
legitimate
things.
stuff that you're having to do to kind of help keep her.
Right.
Okay. So I think I got the picture. Give me a question.
Okay, so we've had this falling out since my brother had this incident, because I tried to explain to her what the problem was and what her past behavior and her current behavior. She doesn't want to hear it.
Listening.
And so she just basically just runs away from it. But then she goes to other people and plays the victim. And
who does she go to that matters? Who does she go to that matters?
Well, really nobody, but it's that she's put it on social media. She'll say, I've had to cut her off from social media.
Great. Look, you are loving your brother here. God bless you for that.
Right.
And you guys are, you're building something in adulthood. Remember I talked about earlier that is life producing. Okay. Mm-hmm. You have invited her to the party. And you can continue to invite her if you want. But you have got to understand that what matters here is being on the side of life and going forward. and you're going to love your brother, and he's going to love you, and you guys' families are going to have something together, and aunts and uncles and cousins or whatever it's and you're going to be part of this healing, and you're going to learn a lot from not only helping him when you're in all of that, and let your mother go spew her stuff all over town if she wants, because people will recognize that, but you protect the life from that. And you could invite her and say, Mom, we had a difficult conversation. If you ever want to talk about those stuff again, I'll be happy to, but I'm not gonna ignore it. We do have to resolve it, but just don't let her ruin the next 30 something years.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, it's just, I think it's a religious thing where I feel like I have a responsibility to make peace. Even though she continues to hurt.
Show me that. Show me that.
Honor your parents.
Okay, honor your parents. I'm going to honor you, Mom, by inviting you into counseling with us so we can have a good relationship going forward. If you don't want to do that, then call me when you do. But I'm going to honor you by inviting you to have a good relationship with us. It's very honoring.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It doesn't say obey your parents, except in one instance. In the book of Ephesians, it says children obey your parents, not adults.
Right. And I've done that. I told her we need to sit down in therapy, and I told her that I'm going to have to maintain my distance until she decides to do that.
All of that.
Right.
But don't let her continue to ruin your life.
Right.
Did I miss a question?
Yeah.
Did I answer it?
Yeah, you did. It was good because, it is a thing where I feel like with my brother that through these things there's some healing going on there.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to feel guilty for keeping boundaries with my mom.
Great.
I don't want to feel guilty.
Great. Go on Facebook. Go on Facebook and say, I don't want to feel guilty. And I want everybody to come tell you what they've had to do. Look at you. You are serving her. You're taking care of all of her medical and, business and all this kind of stuff. That's very, very honoring. That doesn't mean you have to put up with crap. Knives being stuck in you. No. You can be a healing agent and say, Mom, I can do this for you, and I want to do this for you. I want to help you. Now, if you start, yelling at me or, whatever it is she does that hurts you, and then I'll probably have to, I don't know, maybe sometimes I can listen to that. I don't know. I'll put my earplugs in, but probably I won't. But I'll be glad to help with all your stuff. See, you can continue to serve her and have boundaries. There is there's no verse in the Bible that says, blessed are the doormats, for they shall inherit the hills. That's not in there anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And you said earlier there's a bunch of religious stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's take the religious stuff and put it over here, and let's go to actually what the Bible says, what Jesus said. He said, when they came to him and said, hey, your mother and your brother and your sisters, now they're over there, and he said, who are my mother and brother and sisters? Who is my family? Those who do what God wants. People that are pursuing life. He said, his spiritual family. Certainly you're going to be loyal to your biological family. But picking people that are on this path with you and protecting that path is not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So don't let the religious stuff come get you. Read what the book actually says. Another place he said, people, when they follow him, he said, I've come to turn families against one another, a mother against her daughter, his father, and he named all these relationships that are going to going to have problems because some people are going to want to go to the light and some people are going to want to stay in the darkness. He actually said that.
Right.
Now, I'm not telling you to not help your mom. Continue to help. Just, I'm telling you to protect what you and your brother have going here in healing.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I have this. Did I really answer the right question?
Yeah. You helped. It did, because it just sort of confirmed how I was already feeling, because you can sometimes doubt the path that you're taking. And so, like, I know that I'm doing the right thing here. I know that, even though she's making it seem like we're both against her, it's not that. We're not against her. We're just trying to say, hey, look, these behaviors are hurtful and harmful. Can you please stop? And she refuses.
I understand. And you know what? All you can do is continue to lovingly tell the truth. And
right.
Some people will continue to attack you. But you are doing the right thing. I'm going to give you one more little tip, and then I got to let you go. Is this. You said, you're doing the right thing, but sometimes it's hard, and these other messages. I want you to get around some kind of support group with some people that understand this, like a boundaries group in a church, or a codependency group, or an Al-Anon group, or a therapy group. Because when you get in a group and you start telling people some of the hurtful stuff that's going on, they will help you and they will support you and they will combat those voices inside your head. So I hope you find that as well,
right.
for you and your brother.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All righty. Thank you for your call. How many people, oh my gosh, can identify with everything Tammy was talking about? If you are a loving and responsible person, sorry, you got a hard path. Because here's what happens to loving and responsible people like Tammy. She cares. And she's responsible. She'll even take over all of this stuff in loving her mom through this. But sometimes if you're loving and responsible, then people who aren't so loving or aren't so responsible can literally play that and take you to the cleaners. And that's why loving, responsible people have to have good boundaries. Because, excuse me, something got me. We have some wind blowing dust up around here. I don't think I have COVID. What was I? Oh, loving and responsible people. That's why you have to have boundaries. Because if you're loving and you're not very responsible, who cares? Nobody's going to come to you for help, right? You can't. If you're not responsible, I don't want you helping me. You don't want somebody helping you that's not responsible. But they're loving. Well, great. If somebody's overly responsible, but they're not loving, then they'll just do what, they'll take care of their mother and say, shut up, I don't want to talk to you. And they'll be unloving in it. But the loving and responsible people, they actually have a conflict. They got to do both. And that's when it gets tricky. So, sorry, but good. It's good that you are one. I'm just sorry it's going to be hard at times. But hey, that's why everybody's here to help, right? And we are here every single day, hopefully. Let me see what tomorrow looks like. I think we're on our regular schedule tomorrow. Yes, we are. We are 10 o'clock, I believe. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, we will be right here. One more announcement. And we've had, I said earlier in the show, we've had a lot of people say they don't even know about boundaries.me. And I feel like I talk about it all the time, but then they don't know about it and they listen to the show. So anyway, just take a few minutes. Go to this website, boundaries.me, boundaries.me, and just find out about it. You can sign up for free for a trial. It is just a world of all sorts of courses that I have filmed about all these topics. And you can peruse it like, Netflix or, one of the platforms. There's just gazillions of topics. You can search them, how to deal with whatever you're dealing with. And let us know how are we not getting the word out about this? We need to solve this. Okay. And just another thanks to you guys for being the great audience that you are, the great community that you are building. So many good things. I'll just take our last caller as an example, Tammy. She is a great representation of this audience. Here's somebody who has been hurt by her mother. She has found healing and she's getting well and she's pursuing life. That's this audience. That's what you guys are like. But then she goes further. She's even trying to help the mother that hurt her. Now, remember earlier, I said I'm not calling victims to go help people that hurt them while they're still hurting them. But see, she got healing and now she has some strength and now she can go try to be a light in the darkness, but not get re-victimized. And that's this audience. I just see you guys do this. I read about it and everything you write, about the ways that you start groups and you give away books to people and you call them and you encourage them and you drag them into the light. And so let's just continue to, as I say often, let's develop a herd immunity against dysfunction. And how do you do that? When we deal with our own issues, when we can't get hooked by dysfunction, we're immune to it. And then we live that out and pass it on to others. Okay? God bless you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.